I am Rihanna, and I am the creatrix and the visionary here at the Dreaming Goddess. And today is a really, really special day for all of us here. April 15th, 1995, I signed my very first lease. It was in Beacon at 440 Main Street. And at that time, we had a different name. It was Call of the Wild. And it's hard to believe, but it actually had a cafe and a retail shop 25 years ago. My son was 7 years old. I was a single parent. I actually at the time was a nanny for 3 other young little boys and living with a friend and her children and, living really simply, wondering how I was going to support my son and myself. So yeah, April 15th, 1995, we opened our doors in Beacon, New York. What's intriguing about this time right now in 2020, as I celebrate my anniversary, is that in 1995, I was brand new to the idea of owning a shop and how to run it, how to run my circles, and I had been running circles through a couple of other offices, right? A couple groups. But remember, in 1995, we had no internet. So we were still using paper flyers and mailing paper newsletters. It was really an interesting time. So it was a huge risk. I had no idea what I was getting into. So I was nannying part-time, which was really odd. If anybody knows me, knows that my relationship with children is really interesting. But that's what I was doing. And I was working part-time for Betsy Ventrella at the Beyond Beatery. And she was my age, she was a single parent, and I was watching her figure it out. So I worked for her for a couple of years, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can do something like this also. She and I both have this A-type personalities. I have a Virgo rising with my Taurus, and so I can be very organized. I love to be surrounded by beauty. So I decided that I could create a space selling my own jewelry. That's how I got started. I was beading, and my roommate at the time, Francine, she and I would stay up late at night and do our crafts. She was making dream catchers. I was beading. I was making necklaces and earrings and weaving beads. Oh my gosh, I was doing beautiful work. And I was going to fairs and festivals and selling my wares. I decided that, I was going to open up a storefront because I was tired of schlepping them around in my vehicle and setting up. So I found this space in Beacon, and it was huge. It was a huge space, and my rent was stupid silly. At that time, again, 25 years ago, Beacon had no coffee house. They had no little restaurants. So I decided that we would do a cafe along with my retail shop. And I did Italian sodas and coffees. I had a big coffee machine. Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. We had a tiny little kitchen, and we were doing soup and quiches. Oh my gosh, it was a crazy time. So I did the restaurant for about 2 years, and then that got to be crazy. So we closed that, and I decided that Beacon wasn't the place for me any longer. One morning I woke up, and the voice in my head, I was living on the same street I'm living on now, which is, again, totally bizarre. I got this little voice in my head that said, go drive College View Avenue. And after these voices were so persistent, I drove down College View Avenue, and there was this big sign in the window that said for rent. And I realized, oh, this is the next incarnation of my shop, is here in the Arlington area. I packed up my business and I moved it to College View Avenue, and life began as we know it, as the Dreaming Goddess. So I was 15 years on College View Avenue. And last week was our 9-year anniversary for being in this space where you all know us now. And what's delicious is that I still love and see people from 1995 that were my clients then are now my dear, dear friends today. And I'm so grateful for you all. Back then in 1995, I had zero money, and people who believed in me loaned me money to start my business. When we moved to College View Avenue, people sponsored the move because I also didn't have the money. My point is that the community has always supported me, has always had my back, had always believed in this vision. And just like 25 years ago, when I was trying to figure out, how do I market myself? How do I do circles? How do I figure out my day-to-day? I am right back there. Like, now I'm quickly on the fly trying to figure out, how do I keep doing my circles? How do I figure out this Zoom thing? How do I do my online? It's a good thing I'm still the same manic, crazy human I was 25 years ago, that I have the energy to do it different, to figure it out. I'm innovative, I'm creative, I'm so energized, just like I was then. And so I'm very grateful for the universe for providing me with that particular attribute, because it's hard right now. And at the same time, it's exciting because we're figuring it out again as a community. And I couldn't be prouder to have you all behind me. Thank you so much for 25 years of love and support and inspiration. Oh my gosh. I love you all so much, and this has been an amazing, amazing time in my life. And at this point now, I'm 57. It's more than little less than half my life I have been doing this, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I love my job. I love my shop. I love my goddess team, and I love my clients so, so much. You are all so amazing to me. Thank you so much for 25 years. And I tell you, in January, when we started talking about that it was going to be our anniversary this year and we should start planning our event, I said, nope, we got to wait. Because I was budgeting, funny thing. And so we had put off the planning until the spring. So know that we have got a fabulous event coming your way as soon as this is over. We'll have a band. We'll have things happening during the course of the day. We'll have vendors. We will have prizes. When I was in Tucson, I actually bought 120 little teeny somethings for the first 120 people that showed up. So I'm saving those. I still have them. It's crazy. So know that as soon as we can begin to plan, we are going to be planning an amazing event to celebrate 25 years. The interesting thing, so 25 years ago when I signed my lease, it took me months to get it together and to paint and do all these things. So we didn't have our anniversary party, our grand opening party until August. So that might be our truth again, and I'm good with that. Whew, keep breathing. We're still breathing. We're still doing curbside, which has been fun. I'm getting to see people at a social distance, so you can come and pick your orders up. Thank you for 25 years of magic making and community building. And here's to 25 more years. Mwah.